Hello, child of God. Welcome to my channel, Everlasting Well. My name is Elizabeth. I make videos that encourage you to go deeper in your relationship with God. I try my best to post videos every Tuesday by 10 a.m. Hello, child of God. So today we're going to talk about what is the fear of the Lord. So simply put, the fear of the Lord is having a holy reverence to God. The fear of the Lord is being able to be submissive to God's authority. In other words, the fear of the Lord is being obedient to God and His will. To get a better understanding of what the fear of the Lord is, we're going to examine the life of a man named Abraham in the Bible. The Bible describes Abraham as a man who feared the Lord. So we're going to learn from his life and how he walked in obedience with God. So let's get into the word. We're going to read Genesis chapter 22, verse 1 to 12. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. It says, "Sometimes later, God tested Abraham's faith. 'Abraham,' God called. 'Yes,' he replied, 'here I am. Take your son, your only son, yes, Isaac, whom you love so much, and go to the land of Moriah. Go and sacrifice him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains which I will show you.' The next morning, Abraham got up early. He saddled his donkey and took 2 of his servants with him, along with his son Isaac. Then he chopped wood for a fire, for a burnt offering, and set out for the place God told him about. On the 3rd day of the journey, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. 'Stay here with the donkey,' Abraham told his servants. 'The boy and I will travel a little farther. We will worship there, and then we will come right back.' So Abraham placed the wood for the burnt offering on Isaac's shoulders, while he himself carried the fire and knife, and 2 of them walked together. Isaac turned to Abraham and said, 'Father.' 'Yes, my son,' Abraham replied. 'We have the fire and the wood,' the boy said. But where is the sheep for the burnt offering?' 'God will provide a sheep for the burnt offering, my son,' Abraham answered, and they walked on together. When they arrived at the place where God had told him to go, Abraham built an altar and arranged the wood on it. Then he tied his son Isaac and laid him on the altar on the top of the wood. And Abraham picked the knife to kill the son as a sacrifice. At that moment, the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven, 'Abraham, Abraham!' 'Yes,' Abraham replied. 'Here I am.' 'Don't lay a hand on the boy,' the angel said. 'Do not hurt him in any way. For now I know you truly fear God, and you have not withheld from me even your son, your only son.'" Through Abraham's obedience, we see that Abraham's allegiance was to God alone. I'm very sure that Abraham loved Isaac dearly, and giving him up was not the easiest thing for him to do. But in spite of how he felt and the emotions that were going on in his mind, in his heart, Abraham made a decision to surrender his will and to surrender what he wanted and submit to God's authority and what God wanted. Number 2, Abraham trusted God. It's very difficult to honor someone, to show respect or a holy reverence to someone you don't trust. So when they were walking towards the sacrifice area, his son Isaac asked, "Father, where is the sheep for the burnt offering? We have the axe, we have the wood, but where is the sheep?" And immediately Abraham said, "God will provide." Abraham didn't know if God was going to provide a sheep. Abraham didn't know what was going to happen. He was just walking in obedience to God. But his response was, "God will provide." So it just shows that Abraham trusted God regardless of whatever was going to happen. So having the fear of the Lord is having a clear understanding of who God is and making a decision in your heart that you are ready to submit to Him and to submit to His authority. So today we learned that Abraham submitted to God, and we also learned that he trusted God. So the question for us today is, are you submissive to God's authority? Are you obedient to God? And do you trust God for everything? If Christ is not yet the Lord of your life, I want to send an invitation to you right now to make Him the Lord of your life. Make a decision within your heart that you're ready to be obedient to Him and that you're ready to live for Him wholeheartedly. Remember that Christ is the everlasting well. The deeper you go in Him, the more He reveals to you. See you next time.